Hi guys, we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video today, but now that I really think about it, it's not that different because, I've done like cooking and dupe recipes before and stuff, but over on my Discord, we were talking about these Facebook ads that a lot of us kept getting, which was for this company called Doughp. It specifically sells cookie dough. Cookies are one that I get super like side-eye about because I know that it's something that I'm really confident in making, and so I'm always like, is it gonna be as good as what I can make? Is it gonna actually be good? Because sometimes, if you get like a bad cookie or like if you can make something better, I don't know. This is the only time I stand on my pedestal. I make so many other things that I'm like, I guess it's okay. Cookies are one where I'm pretty confident in. So we're going to go ahead and pick out the most popular products from them and try and recreate them. We're just gonna go for the bestseller pack. $34 for 4 containers that are 5-ounce size. That is not this size. This size is going to be about the size of like a Ben & Jerry's. This is gonna be this size for $34. This one is $60, which is just, I don't even have words. If you add to cart, shipping is $9.95. So the total is $43. That means that 5 ounces of cookie dough is coming up to about $10 each to get this shipped. To me, that's really expensive because I know we can make the same amount here for way less than $10. It's gonna be a lot cheaper than 40 bucks, and I'm almost positive that we can make this on our own. So let's get to it. So we just got
Cookie dough.
the package. So we have Cookie Monster,
Cookie Monster.
Ride or Die, which is chocolate chip. You Want S'more, and Fairy Dust, which is Rainbow Sprinkle. So me and Vi and Paul are gonna try all of them to get like an idea of what they taste like so we can make them ourselves.
Yeah. What the?
It's cookie dough.
Yeah.
How is it?
Not bad.
The best? It's good. It tastes like homemade cookie dough. It does not taste processed or like if you get like Toll House or I'm not saying Toll House is bad. This tastes like homemade. You wanna try?
No, I can't.
I want to hold it.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. The s'mores one next. So the s'mores one's called You Want S'more. It's chocolate cookie dough
I like
with
that you got cookie dough.
graham crackers and marshmallows in it and chocolate chip pieces. So the other thing about this that's neat is you can cook it. Most cookie dough, edible cookie doughs, you can't cook, but this one has they do a flaxseed egg so that you can cook it. So I also want to try cooking them too, so we can't eat it all. Tastes like brownie batter. These are really good. They're really delicious. This is Cookie Monster. Look, it's blue. So this is cookies and cream cookie dough. So I believe this is the same, it's all the same base. It just has different mix-ins. This one has Oreos. Yeah, the same base.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ride or Die, which, does it taste like all of these are the same base, right?
Yes.
Just with different mix-ins. These are absolutely delicious. However, I know that we can make our own version of this for a lot less expensive. This costs $40. So that means that each of these things comes out to about 10 bucks, which is kind of a lot considering it's just a little bit over half a cup.
However, they do have a certain amount of their sales go towards addiction and recovery services.
They do, which I think is awesome.
Which is probably where a lot of that's going.
I want to email them because they don't say anywhere how much of their proceeds go to that. And I've been like working with different companies. I've worked with like Mac, who, with their Viva Glam, the 100% of the proceeds of their Viva Glam lipstick goes to the Mac AIDS Fund. But I've also worked with other companies where it's less than 1%. So when they say a portion of proceeds, that is a gigantic variable. I do think it's awesome that they do that. I am planning to donate to the same company that the same charity that they donate to for this video because I think that that's important. But I still want to make this. Still want to do it myself. Okay, so I got to do a voiceover here because we were playing Kingdom Hearts in the background and you can absolutely hear the Kingdom Hearts music. We don't want that. So I'm just portioning these out into tablespoon amounts and I'm going to cook these at 350 degrees for, I think it was like 7-ish minutes. And so you can see how they turned out here. They are definitely more of a flat, they spread out a lot, which shows that they have a lot of a higher butter content really, but they still tasted really good. They had a nice like crunchy outside, chewy inside, so they do bake up really nicely. Hello friends. All right, so we are ready to make the recipe now. We've already tried all of the different cookie dough from Doughp, and we're ready to make the actual cookie dough today. What I noticed with the cookie dough from Doughp was that all of them seemed to taste like they were all the same base. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use a recipe that I personally love as far as cookies go. This is from Sally's Baking Addiction, which is one of my favorite recipes to go to for anything baking. But she has this really great recipe that's called the Ultimate Soft Chocolate Chip Cookie or something like that. They are amazing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this recipe, and there's gonna be just two things that you have to do in order to make it safe to eat raw. The first thing is you have to heat treat your flour, and the second thing is you can't use a raw egg, so you need to have a substitution. What we're gonna do is we're going to throw 2 cups of flour, because that's what this recipe calls for, in the oven at 350 for about 5 minutes. You also could do this in your microwave. You just need it to hit 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you have a digital thermometer, you just stick it right in the middle of that and make sure it hits that. For the egg, we're going to actually make a flax egg. How you do this is you take flaxseed, you take 1 tablespoon of flaxseed, 3 tablespoons of water, mix it up, let it sit for about 15 minutes so that it can become the right consistency. And there you go. The first thing that this recipe calls for is 3/4 of a cup of butter. Also going to be adding 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar and 1/4 of a cup of sugar. You can see this really terribly done slow-mo that we tried to do that is not nearly as appealing as I was hoping it would be.
Cue dissolve.
All right, so for the actual cookie dough, I am mixing together the 3/4 of a cup of butter, which is 1.5 sticks, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and 1.25 cup of sugar. And I'm mixing this for quite a while. I'm gonna scrape down the sides a couple of times because I want this to be super light and super fluffy. So it's important to make sure you really mix this well. If you don't have a stand mixer like I do, you can use just regular beaters. You could also do this by hand. I just feel like it'll take a really long time, and having kitchen beaters for any type of baking is gonna make a huge difference. Once that is really well mixed, you're going to add the flax egg and your vanilla. I'm using vanilla bean paste that I made because I became obsessed with it a couple of years ago, and then it became extraordinarily expensive, so I just make it myself by buying, I don't know, like 10 or 12 vanilla beans on Amazon. It's way cheaper than if you get it at the store. At the store, 1 vanilla bean is $10, where online, I think you can get like 12 for like $26, $30. So definitely don't buy it at the store. Mix that, make sure it's all nice, creamy, scrape down the sides, all of that. And then the next step is to mix in the dry ingredients, which I've just mixed together. I have my 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt that I've mixed together with a whisk in a different bowl to make sure that it's nice and all well incorporated. And then I'm just going to mix this in little by little so that it doesn't make a huge mess. So, I mean, it still kind of makes a mess, as you can see, but just little by little, so that it's all fully incorporated. And once that's done, you have your cookie dough base. We have 4 different flavors here we're trying to remake. So what I did was I separated each of these into 4 different containers. One of them is Cookie Monster, which has blue food coloring and Oreos. I thought we had Oreos. We don't. Paul just ran to the store. But the other one is the s'mores one, which I totally forgot about. This one has a chocolate cookie base. We're gonna try and just add a little bit of cocoa. This is definitely something I should have done when I was adding the flour and all of that stuff, but since we were doing it all together, that wasn't really an option. So I have some cocoa powder right here. I'm gonna add like this much, and we're gonna see how it goes. See if we have to make a different base. I'm hoping we don't. Again, this is definitely something that I should have done earlier and mixed it in with the flour, but we're gonna see how it goes. That tastes good. I'm a little bit worried because it is a little bit dry. I think it'll be okay as far as cookie dough goes. We'll have to see how it goes as far as anything else. But Since that one's in there, we can get started with that one. The additions that this has are mini marshmallows and graham crackers, as well as chocolate chips. So I'm just gonna throw in some mini marshmallows. Hello, Velma. Velma's saying hi. And then I'm gonna take a graham cracker. Just gonna kind of break it into pieces here. Paul's also going to the store to get mini chocolate chips. We're just gonna throw in some regular size one into this one because I think it'll be okay. Mix it up. It needs more liquid. You know what I'm gonna throw in here? I'm gonna throw a little bit of almond milk. Just a tiny bit. Just needs a little bit more of a liquid to kind of make it go together. I'm gonna put this into a smaller bowl. There you go. It looks like this. We compare it to the cookie dough one. It's definitely the Doughp one. It's definitely lighter. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's probably because they added more. I mean, obviously they added more chocolate than me, but they both taste really good. The next one we're going to do is the fairy dust. Fairy dust. This is basically just our dough with some rainbow sprinkles. I'm going to flatten it out and then put my sprinkles in. Do that much. And then we'll fold this in. This one you also, I mean, if you wanted to use your hands or if you were using your mixer, it would be a lot easier. This looks spot on. This looks exactly the same, and I'm sure it tastes the same too. For the Cookie Monster, the whole thing with it is that it's blue. So we definitely want to have that. Put gloves on because I don't feel like cleaning right now, so I'm not gonna clean my bowl. Food coloring I'm using, it's a gel food coloring. I kind of prefer that. This one is in sky blue. The brand is Chef Master. I'm gonna put one, maybe. Whoa, God, nope. Oh, that's more than I planned. Oh, go ahead and try and get out some of that because that's gonna be like crazy. Little goes like an absolutely massive way. So I'm just gonna mix that up with my hands. Again, put gloves on because I don't want stained hands, and that's exactly what will happen. I don't know, I kind of like prefer a lighter color. The thing is that this cookie dough is kind of a beigey, yellowy color. So blue, as we learned in kindergarten, is gonna turn it more of a green color. I kind of actually like it with the swirls like this, where it's not like fully blue. I'm not gonna make it as blue as they make it because I really don't want to. It's not the most appetizing thing. Like, I know what they're going for. That looks good to me. And then for our last one, which is the ride or die, all I need to do is add chocolate chips to that. Paul is at the store right now getting me mini chocolate chips. Debating using just my regular size chocolate chips, but I think mini works better when it comes to cookie dough. For actual cookies that you cook, I love just giant chunks of chocolate, but for this, I do think that mini chocolate chips will work better. Okay, Paul saved the day and he just went and got us Oreos, double stuffed Oreos. How many do you think I should add?
For how much?
Just this, just a little bit.
2.
2? Okay. I'm gonna add, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add one more cookie. You want this? Gross. I had gloves on for the blue, but I'm just gonna mix these by hand because I don't feel like getting another glove. I want these to be not so small you don't recognize it as Oreos, but small enough that, you know, bite size. All right, that looks perfect. Just a little bit lighter because I didn't add as much food coloring. For ride or die, mini chocolate chips. Just gonna put some in there, and again, just mixing it in. Now the real test with this, because I wasn't worried about making the cookie dough. That one I was pretty confident with. I just want to see if these are gonna actually cook into cookies, because that's where I'm like, nah. That's the variable. I want you to try and compare.
You want me to try and compare?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the Doughp cookie. That's just the ride or die, like the traditional chocolate chip cookie dough.
Is that theirs?
That's theirs.
Okay.
This is the one I
I
just...
just clear my palate. Okay.
Okay, this is the one we just made.
In terms of taste, it's great. This is drier.
It is drier.
It's powder.
I did notice
like-
that. Okay, this is the s'mores one. This one I think is gonna be, we'll see. This is one I added, it was the same thing where it was very dry. So I added some almond milk to it, which I think I might add it a little bit too much. I want you to get a marshmallow too. Full effect. There you go. I totally guessed on the chocolate ratio, so like it might not be even close.
The texture's not the same. I think that's, this is more firm, where this is kind of more, I mean, this is like squammed or flown.
All of them or just this one?
Just this one.
That's because I added.
Okay.
Don't add your almond milk.
Okay, those taste identical.
Cool. I will say you're right.
I would have taken like a quarter of the flour that you put in each one.
I'm thinking that it needed less flour because mine is definitely more dry, where theirs is much more together. So I'm thinking either less flour or you add a little bit more butter would be more what it is.
Yours has a little bit more vanilla to it, but that's because you're extra and you made your own vanilla paste.
Okay. So, mine tastes way better than the Doughp one. All I'm gonna say, with the cookie dough one, or the Cookie Monster one at least. Okay, so what I'm gathering here, the Doughp one has a little bit more butter. It's more put together. So I added almond milk to the s'mores one.
I would not.
I would have not done that. I would have added more butter. More butter would have given it more
the
of
firmness,
the togetherness that it needs. The conclusion that I'm coming to is you can just take any cookie recipe, sub a flaxseed egg for a regular egg, heat treat your flour, and you have homemade cookie dough. And if you're not planning to actually bake them, you don't even need the flax egg. We're gonna try right now. I'm gonna turn on my oven, see if these are gonna work as cookies. And I'm like, I don't even know if I should try with the squand. But we'll try anyways.
Are they soft marshmallows? I wish they were the crunchy marshmallows.
I debated, but they don't have those in there. Because we could have done that too, because I do have those. What don't I have in this kitchen? Okay, so we're gonna put these in the oven for 350. I'm gonna guess like 7 or 8 minutes. I'm just gonna keep an eye on them and see what happens, and I'll keep you guys posted. So just cooked these. The main difference I'm noticing versus when we cooked, and I guess I could have and probably should have cooked the Doughp ones to show you, but we have footage of that. The difference here is how they look. They're very, very different. The Doughp cookies were flat and spread out. They were definitely more of like a crunchy.
You know what? They were
edges.
Actually the sign of too much butter.
Exactly. I didn't think about how they were translucent too. So these ones definitely have more of a shape. I was surprised. They didn't change shape at all. The only one that did is the one that I added the almond milk to. So this one's still, I mean, it's still got crunchy. It's still staying together as a cookie. So they do work. The flaxseed as an egg did work. And they taste really good. That's a good thing. So basically, what the conclusion that we've come to here is that you can make edible cookie dough with pretty much, I'm gonna guess, this was my favorite recipe. This was not a cookie dough recipe. This was an actual cookie recipe. All you gotta do, heat treat the flour, 350 degrees for 5 minutes. In the oven, you also could microwave it. You just want that temperature to be 165. And then if you do a flaxseed egg, which is 1 tablespoon of egg to 3 tablespoons of water, give that about 15 minutes for it to combine or whatever. And then you just do the recipe as it is. I mean, if I wanted these to be more like the Doughp cookie dough, I would have, I'm thinking added probably at like 1 more tablespoon of butter, and I'm thinking that they would have been more that texture. But overall, this is definitely something you can do at home. I think that Doughp, it's a really cool concept, you know, especially if you're giving it as a gift, things like that. But if you're looking for cookie dough at home, it's really easy and it's really inexpensive. I'm gonna do the math right over here, something to get what this costs to do all 4 recipes. I know it's gonna be probably like less than $10 compared to doing, it's probably gonna be less than $5, honestly, compared to all 4 of those did cost $40 to ship it. So let me know in the comments any other dupe recipes that you guys would like to see. I just bought this Disney book that copies a bunch of recipes from Disneyland and Disney World that I'm dying to get into, but I want to do a lot more of these kind of dupeable recipes for you guys because I have a lot of fun with it. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.